People will often ask me this question: how do you come up with the jokes that you tell in the monologue every night? And I'm always happy to tell people about our process because I'm really proud of it. I think it's very different. You see, on other late night shows, the way it works is the writers will read the news and then they will write jokes that correspond to those news stories, punchlines for those stories. But our writers, they come up with their punchlines first, independent of reading the news at all. Then they write those punchlines down on little pieces of scrap paper and they throw them into something we call the joke bucket. Then, when something happens in the news that I need a joke for, I read through the punchlines until I find one that goes with that story. Now, we've showed this process to our audience before, and now we thought we'd do it again. It's time, of course, to write new jokes. So here are my story cards. These are news stories, and let's get started. Here we go. Southwest Airlines announced they will still allow passengers to fly with emotional support cats and dogs. Okay, good story. Let's find a punchline that fits it. Said the NASA proctologist, let's get a look at Uranus. Not for this. Whatever you do, don't look in my trunk, said the coked up elephant. Nope. Not bad, but not for this. Here we go. Southwest Airlines announced they will still allow passengers to fly with emotional support cats and dogs because no one needs emotional support more than people flying Southwest. There we go. That's a joke. So what do? Whenever we complete a joke, we staple the two parts together, we stamp it with my seal of approval, and we ring the joke bell. Then I take it and I put it in my completed joke bucket. There you go. That is our system. A lot of people ask me, why do you show audience how you write your jokes? And I say to them, it was either this or a segment called Ducks Dressed as Politicians. And now that I say the Ducks Dressed as Politicians thing out loud, I think we should have gone with the ducks. Hindsight is 20/20. These buckets got so funny, and I gotta make mo money, mo money, mo money. Back to the jokes. According to Business Insider, Apple could release its own line of cars by the year 2023. Okay, good setup. Let's find a punchline. Here we go. And then the beaver looked up and said, damn. And all the Chipotle customers lived crappily ever after. According to Business Insider, Apple could release its own line of cars by the year 2023, which means by 2024, we could all have totally useless Apple cars. There you go. That's a joke. So what do, everybody? We staple it, we stamp it, we ring the joke bell, we take a shot of Joke Daniels, and then I pour a little water into my joke plant. If you're wondering, if you're curious about the technology behind the joke flower, there is a man lying underneath it. And no one told me that before rehearsal, and it scared the out of me. Great job, Lou. Give it up for Lou, everybody. No, because he can't leave. So now the rest of this whole thing, there's a man there. Time for one more joke. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree was recently lit. All right, here we go. Said the Pokemon accountant, let me take a Pikachu taxes. Said then the Viagra salesman texted, you up? Oh no! Oh, this is very unplanned. We're out of jokes, you guys. I just remembered. I know where I can get a new punchline. The late night joke Christmas tree lot. Be right back, Lou.
Hey there, champ. Welcome to the late night joke Christmas tree lot where our jokes are pine as hell. You get a joke here, and your friends will be evergreen with envy. Looking for a joke?
Yeah. I'm trying to fit a joke into a 5 to 6 minute comedy segment.
Oh, a popular one?
No. A lot of effort, not a ton of payout.
well, we got a whole row of joke trees here, and I gotta admit, these are tremendously funny, and you'd have to be a real sap to leaf here without one of them.
You suck and I hate you.
Come on, I'm just needling you.
It's Christmas! I'm gonna take that one right there.
Oh, what a beauty. Let me just get that puppy for you.
Great.
Here we go. All right. Want me to tie this to the roof of your car?
Oh, no, my fingers are fine.
All right. Put that right there.
Okay.
Silent night, holy night.
Oh!
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Have a happy ha-ha day.
All right. The Rockefeller Christmas tree was recently lit. And based on the amount of pee I stepped in on the way to work, so were the tourists. Boom! That is a joke. So everybody, we staple it, we stamp it, we ring the joke bell, I roundhouse kick a gong, and then we see a photo of a duck dressed as a politician, Mitch McConduck. That's how we do it. This has been Joke Bucket.